Yeah, he just freezes up. He doesn't even move.
He's so good looking, he doesn't have to dance. He just stand there.
There you go.
Mr. Esteban, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing over there?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me. I'm super excited to be here on the show.
Awesome. We're awesome.
Everything's going great. How about you?
Good.
Very good.
It's
Thank
not
you.
30 above here.
Yeah, I know.
So we're a little jealous of you back there. You're sitting in Tulum right now, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, so we got a bit of a lag here. Yeah. Why don't we do this, Esteban? Let me just get your intro done. But before I do that, I'm going to let everybody know who our sponsor of the podcast is, which is Edible Arrangements. They sell beautiful fruit bouquets that can be dipped in chocolate and delivered to that special someone on their special day. A great alternative to flowers and candy. All right, let's see if I can get this. They also sell fresh fruit smoothies, fresh fruit boxes, fresh fruit and vegetable boxes, family fruit dipping kits, and a whole array of fruit snacks.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. He does our voiceovers too, Esteban. So you see that one that Jerome posted.
Yeah,
recently.
it's solid, man.
All right, their showroom is located.
Yeah, it's solid, man.
Their showroom is located at 3 Reenders Drive, and you can call them at 669-6662. But how it is today, everybody just order online, edibles.ca. They'll deliver, or you pick it up curbside. All right, and they're one of our great sponsors too. Esteban, before we get started, I'm going to introduce you. You tell me if I nailed this, all right? Our guest today, born in Costa Rica, but now lives in Tulum, Mexico, with time spent in the U.S. At 26 years old, he runs a successful media and digital marketing business with a team of cuatro. He has managed to stay in great shape through intermittent fasting and tracking his macros. He is a high-level performer with a love of dogs, and in fact, went as far as stealing back his own dog from a disgruntled ex-girlfriend from her farm. Everyone, let's welcome Estaban Gomez. Jerome, my button's broken.
Oh, man.
All right, Mr. Esteban, thank you for
that's
coming.
a great intro. Thank you so much for having me.
Is all that true?
Yeah, thanks for having me. That's so true, man. So the dog part, it's basically one of my ex-girlfriend, she had her dad had this farm, and there was this dog chained over there by the guy who took care of the farm. So technically it wasn't hers, but it was in her farm. So I was like obviously you have to do something, but then they never did anything, and I was I had to do something about it. So then when we broke up, I went there with a lady that worked at an animal rescue association, and we drove for 4 hours. We left at 3 a.m. from my house because it was far away, and it was kind of sketchy because you never know about the guys who take care of those farms. They can be aggressive or have guns or whatever. So we were kind of freaked out. But we got there, and the dog was always super aggressive because he was always chained. So we didn't know how we were gonna handle it, but luckily it was so easy because he just knew we were gonna rescue him. So he just came with us, and we sneaked into the farm, grabbed him, and on the way out just trying to rush, I hit one of the gates, and it just sounded super loud, and I was holy shit. So then we just ran to the car and got the dog in, and we just rushed, but we got him, and now he's completely transformed. It's one of the four we have, and the other one I adopted from my dentist parking lot because she was over there, and she had been run over by cars twice. But yeah, that's the story of the two I adopted, and the other two I just got my parents got them many years ago, so no background story on those.
So 4 dogs.
4 dogs.
Yeah,
that's right, man.
See? Wow, nice. That's great. I'm a dog lover, so congratulations. Way to rescue that dog. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
So,
thanks, man.
So Esteban, you're traveling quite a bit, and I think this is one of the hot topics a lot of our clients would like to know about is, everybody's pretty much not going anywhere, right? I just seen a buddy of mine, he got married, and he just went within the country when he was set to go to Belize or, something like that, right? Or Bali. And so you're originally from Costa Rica. I remember when we'd get on our Zoom calls, you'd be out there. It was summer, but when we met, it was kind of winter. So you went from Costa Rica, then
Yeah.
then what? 2 months ago? When did you go to your mom's?
Like 3 months ago. So I went to my mom's,
Yeah.
and then I started traveling a bit over there.
So
Like
where's your
it was
mom live?
so cheap to travel. I don't in Vienna, outside DC. It's like small city. Well, not yeah, kind of small city, 30 minutes outside DC, and super nice area. So I went there to visit her, and then like started traveling quite a bit, and then like stayed a month in Austin. I have a bunch of friends over there, and then decided to come down here to Mexico, to Tulum. That's where I'm at right now. So
So where's Vienna?
nice.
Sorry, where's Vienna? We're not familiar with the states. Where's that?
Vienna is 30 minutes outside Washington D.C.
Okay, Washington D.C. So what was
30 minutes from the White House,
Okay, great.
basically.
So what was it like traveling? So what was the airport like in Costa Rica? Like what was the general vibe? Because you're kind of like deep in the mix of Corona. Like, did you have to wear masks? Were people
Yeah, it's
scared? Was there like
pretty
extra?
pretty empty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was pretty it was pretty empty. People were wearing masks, but nothing too crazy. I think people just think it's like crazier than it really is. But when you go, like, well, at least for example in Costa Rica, I guess there's some cities or some countries where it's like everything's like super locked down, nobody can do anything. But like the places I've been, for example, in Costa Rica, we had like the quarantine where we couldn't leave our houses for maybe 2 months, 3 months. But then it started like opening up, and it was like pretty normal, just wear a mask and social distancing. But I feel like right now people like don't really care that much about the distancing. It's more about like just wear the mask and don't like be touching people, like hugging people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like keep your distance and stuff. But it's not like stay away. At least that's what the vibe I feel. So like pretty normal as you like wear the mask and like you do the regular stuff to stay safe.
Mm-hmm. You know what I feel like right now? There's that transition in people where they should be wearing masks. Like, should
Yeah,
I be wearing a mask? Shouldn't I be wearing a mask? Like yesterday, we went to a restaurant. So me, my wife, my 2 kids, not wearing masks.
Yeah.
This lady walks in with their kids, and they got the full-on masks, right? And I feel like there's like a divide and conquer right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they look at us like we're weirdos for not wearing masks, and we're looking at them like they're weirdos. That's how I feel when I see someone wearing a mask.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
I'm not against it. And I'm assuming at some point in time we're all gonna have to wear it. But when I see somebody, I just feel like it's non-inviting, right? So when you wear a mask, I can't tell if you're smiling or if you're you got your teeth out at me or what's going on, or you just don't want to be around other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even know how to like approach this situation right now. It's kind of like socially not distancing, socially awkward. You guys feel the same?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
People with masks.
Yeah.
And you don't know what to do. You don't know whether you can talk to them because you can't see that facial expression, right? Yeah, big time. Esteban, let me ask you this. Since you're a guy who's been traveling through Corona through this time period,
Yeah.
is what you're seeing in the airports different than what the media is telling us and just travel in general?
Yeah, 100%. That you're just like there's no social distancing. Everybody's in the same plane, the same seats. Like it's not like it's not like the middle seat is like empty to keep like the distancing. No, you're just like next to one another, and you got to wear the mask. They always remind you on the calls, but it's pretty normal. Like for me, I just think as long as you do the basic stuff to like stay safe and stay healthy, it's all gonna be fine. Like obviously I do believe it's real, but like it's like insanely hyped up. Like it's just the media is like only like 1% of what they say is the truth.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I think. How's it over there in Winnipeg? Like is it pretty much over, or how's it going there?
I feel it's about the same as where you are. We're implementing the mask wearing more and more. There's more and more testing being done. And I can tell just because we have these drive-through tests that are now 7, 8 city blocks, like it's a drive-through, so cars are just waiting in line, and that's gotten a lot bigger in the last 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. But it's the same thing. It's our media is hyping it up, right? It's the main news. It has been for a long time. So, but at the end of the day, our cases are still low, in my opinion. Certainly not as high as anywhere else in the world, especially in Winnipeg.
Well, everybody, remember the big scare? Everybody, when September hits, everybody's getting coronavirus.
Yeah.
And there was like little spikes at schools. There's little pockets of spikes here and there. But it wasn't anything like I think everybody had in their mind. Like I think they thought everybody was predicting another lockdown here. Oh, there's going to be another lockdown, right? We better not do anything and blah, blah, blah. Right? So everybody, like, not everybody, but there's a good chunk of people that thought there was going to be another lockdown. And it's the end of September and there's no lockdown yet.
Yeah.
So the problem I have is like, I'm all about it, right? Like I'm conscious of it, right? I'm not looking to get Rick spit in my face and you know what I mean? Like I'm practicing social distance and everything. Like I don't want to get it, like obviously, but at the same time, I still want to go out and do things.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like the people that have been sitting at home or sitting in a bubble this whole time since March. And they're like, you know what? I'm going to wait and see what happens. Like, what are you waiting for?
You can't wait.
What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're waiting for the next episode of Netflix to kick in. Like, you gotta go out there and just protect yourself then. But at the same time, you still need to keep moving forward because the only thing you can't get back is time. So if you're wasting time right now, waiting for something bigger and better, or you know what I mean? Like, you know how usually people wait for the grass is greener on the other side? Well, people are at a complete standstill right now and they're waiting.
Yeah.
So they're not working out or they're not progressing and moving forward and meeting new people or they're, you know what I mean? And that's just, to me, I hate to see that people getting stuck.
Yeah.
And, my words is practice your social distancing, wear your mask, do whatever you got to do. But at the same time, you still got to go on with your life, man. You still got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And that's why I like this podcast for you because a lot of people aren't going to travel this year. And like, I'm not going to, it's by personal preference. I just don't, I just personally want to take a year and just be in like where I'm at. Right. And so for people that are traveling, I think they have those questions. They want to know what the real life experience. And so like you're saying it right here and there that it's like, there's no difference.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Wear a mask and fly away.
Yeah. Wear a mask and fly away. And so I was just talking to somebody that they actually they work in labs, right? And they do testing on this and kind of stuff. And she was saying like, there's recent, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, but they're saying that through surfaces, it's like impossible to contract it. The only way that you contract it is through droplets, right? So it's like, if you're far enough away that somebody's not spitting and spraying on you, you know what I mean? Then there's a good chance that you're not going to get it. But if you touch an orange and I touch the orange, there's a very low chance that I'm going to get it because you would have to sneeze on the orange. First of all, you'd have to have it. Mm-hmm. Second of all, you'd have to sneeze and spit on this orange. Third, I'd have to touch this orange and then immediately touch my mouth.
And then lick the orange.
Yeah, and then lick the orange. Like, and it would have to be within a certain time frame.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not like, hey, Esteban had COVID, 4 days ago, and he came into this grocery store, and because he came in this grocery store, I was around him, so now I need to quarantine. No.
Yeah.
People, like, I've done the research on it. If you're symptomatic, so just because you had it, if you have it right now or I have it, and we're sitting across from each other, and you tested positive, doesn't mean I got to go and get tested. Doesn't mean I have coronavirus. Yeah. If I'm asymptomatic, I might have it, but I don't need to go out and rush and get tested. And from what I heard, they're not even testing people like that.
Yeah.
You have to have like clear symptoms of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And everybody that I know that was like, oh, I was around somebody, so I went and got a test. They're negative.
Yeah. All of them have been negative.
All of them have been negative. They're like, I was in a room or I worked with somebody or my kid got it and they live in the same household as me. So I went and got tested and it came back negative. So it's like, there you go. There's your proof.
Yeah.
They live with the person. They use the same utensils. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that person got it, tested positive for it. And then you went and got tested positive for it and you were negative. That's as close as it gets.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to get any closer than you are with your family.
Yeah.
So like me and you working out together, me and you go into the park going for a bike ride or whatever, like if they're not going to get it where they're in the same household, using the same equipment, same da-da-da-da-da, what are the chances that I'm going to get it wearing a mask, being 6 feet apart from you in the same building?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's no different than anything else, but at the end of the day, it just shouldn't stop us. I feel like it just stopped us too much.
Sad.
You know what I mean? It's
Sad.
So Esteban, you're a young man. I'm actually interested in your story. Yeah. I like the fact that you're what would you call it? Like a nomad, a digital nomad. You run your business on a laptop and anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't consider myself like a nomad. That's something I've been doing recently, but yeah, I basically I didn't since high school. I knew I never really wanted to follow the regular path of having a boring job, because I just knew there was something else. So like for example in high school I started like hosting parties, like had some parties where like 300 people came and like stuff like that. So that's like some of my first things I did for like entrepreneurship, and then started doing like searching how to make money online and stuff like that, because I knew like there had to be a better way. It just didn't make sense for me to just like do the regular thing. I knew there had to be more. So I just got into marketing because like I figured out like everybody said like you gotta learn how to do marketing to make money online. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna learn how to do marketing. So I started with that. I did a bunch of stuff, sold like did like affiliate marketing for like hosting companies. Like I built free websites for people if they signed up to the hosting on my link. Then like sold websites, did social media management, then like also did the drop shipping, and then like started the agency, and then that's what I've been doing. Yeah, I feel like I just like feel you gotta do like life in life. You gotta do whatever makes you happy, and there's just so much opportunity to do like basically what you want, quote unquote, as long as like you can afford it, or it doesn't like cause any negative effect in someone else's life. So why not do it? Like even if it's like riskier, you just gotta trust your gut, and that's why I've been like traveling lately, because like I'm like, people think traveling is like super expensive, but it's actually like it might even be cheaper than living where you're at right now. So for example, in here it's like super cheap, and the place is amazing, and like it's cheaper than being in an average city in the US, like in an average neighborhood, which would cost more.
So what are you paying right now?
Like
what are you
having
paying
that
roughly?
mindset of like,
What are you paying right now to stay in Tulum?
man, I'm paying $480 one month at a hotel, a boutique hotel.
Yeah.
It's a small room with AC.
Yeah.
That has 4 4 single beds. So like I'm staying with Alan. I got a video guy, Alan. By the way,
Yeah.
So I'm stepping up my game,
There we go.
my content game. So technically we're paying $240 for the month, man. And we just went to the supermarket to get groceries for a week.
Yeah.
$35 for both of us, man. So like you don't
So you're at
really
like
even
$50
need that
a week.
much money, obviously.
$50 a week to stay. Then you're at like $50 a week for food. Not even. Yeah, $35. So you're at under $100
for 2 people, man.
Yeah, and that's
awesome.
the thing. Like that's pretty cool, because you think about
So
he's living
like,
very frugal, right? So he's like, that's frugal, right? So even if you were like $200 a week,
Yeah.
you can go and create an online business, right? Like be a marketer, help somebody generate leads, or create their nurture. There's so many different venues that you can create and just do it online, and you can go and live in Tulum where it's 30 degrees Celsius, 89 degrees Fahrenheit. You could go surfing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then you just work 3-4 hours on your laptop.
Yeah.
Outdoors on a rooftop patio.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a great life you created for yourself.
This is the new thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, think about this too, right? So a lot of brick and mortars are in a very
yeah.
tough situation right now.
Mm-hmm.
Restaurant owners. I was talking to a restaurant owner a couple weeks ago, and she decided not to reopen her restaurant portion.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, in order for this to be profitable, they have to be at 70% capacity. Well, the government is restricting her to 50% capacity. So right away, she's losing.
Yep.
Right? So what do? Do you raise your prices? Well, no. Everybody's broke right now. So if you start charging double of what you're normally doing, you're going to lose all. You're either going to lose. You're going to keep some clients that are going to pay more, but then you're going to lose all those clients that won't pay that price. So in the end, you're still going to be at a loss.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like you can take more money from a less clients, but then in the end, if you're taking a lot of clients and a little bit of money, it's going to equal out the same.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So it's like the brick and mortar. I'm not saying it's that. I love the in-gym, Esteban. Like I'm number one is in-gym. Like I have no intentions of being an online coach, and I know you can make $3,000 a client, and that's not for me. I like it, and I'm not saying I won't ever ever go down that path, but I love the people. You know what I mean? Like the people is what gets me up here. Like I look forward to seeing and fit like
The
being in
energy.
the
The
energy.
energy is awesome.
Yeah, like I love talking to you, but your face is frozen right now. You know what I mean? Like, right? So it's like the digital is cool, but man, if we were sitting next to each other, there's so much we'd get so much more done.
Yeah.
Right? Or so little done. One of the two.
Yeah.
Esteban, let me ask you
Yeah,
this.
no, 100%, man. And like, for example, I've been working by myself alone, like oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Keep going. It's frozen. So polite, eh?
Yeah.
Keep going, Esteban. You've been working by yourself.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Esteban, you're looking at Rick right now. He's looking
Lovingly.
right down your eyes, Rick. There. Esteban. All right. So Rick, you're making a transition into.
I think sorry. Oh, I think it's back.
You good? Here we go. You know what Zoom is? Zoom is the new ordering your meal from McDonald's.
Yeah.
Remember how they always make fun of the.
Yeah.
That's what Zoom is now. Because you go to McDonald's, it's crystal clear. Some of them even have a screen of the person, right?
Yep.
But now Zoom is the new like ordering fries.
I think this is the importance of 5G. This is why
they need that 5G.
Once 5G kicks in, then we'll solve most of these problems. But I can only imagine not only dealing with the coronavirus and all of the things that come with it, but now you're forced into the Zoom meetings and the frustration, especially if you've never been a Zoom person. And then you don't want to overtalk your guest, but there's a 3-second delay, and then you have to say something.
And you're just
So that's the new conversation in 2020. Is
there you go.
Esteban, are you back with us?
No.
I'm back.
There.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
Esteban.
So what are you saying?
Okay, so you were left off. So you left off. We were talking about working anywhere and doing online business, and you said that you've been working alone for a long time.
Yeah, so it's been pretty cool now that Alan is with me, because like you were saying that you love like the energy of the in gym, and I absolutely get it, because like I work by myself for a very long time. Well, normally I live by myself in Costa Rica, so it's not like I'm working with I have my team, which is pretty new, but it's not the same as in person. So like I fully get it. Like the energy of people in person. It's just a game changer. And just by like hanging out with him and just like sharing ideas and talking, it's like a lot more exciting and makes it a lot more fun. Just like being by yourself in front of your computer all day.
Yeah.
So that's one of the downsides, but it's no, I think it's pretty crazy that nowadays like all you gotta do is like open your mind a little bit, that it doesn't have to. It's not really that expensive. Like you can even save money by living in a nicer place. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like living in a nicer place than you would if you were living at home. I think that's what.
Yeah, like for example, in Costa Rica, renting a one-room bedroom could be $600 a month in the city, which it's okay. I mean, it's not Austin or like New York or like a fancy city. It's like an average city. It's not like the beach or anything like that. It's just a regular city, and obviously being here is so much nicer, and I'm paying a lot less. It's crazy.
So Tulum is a pretty hot spot for tourists, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is it? What's the city like now? Because I always look at like Vegas. I remember Vegas had a football game on Monday, and they had no fans, and then they were showing like aerial views of the new stadium, and there was like dozens of cars versus the millions of rows of cars that they normally have. So what's it like in Tulum? Is there a lot of like tourists? Like what's going on there?
I think I think I haven't been to like the hotel area. Like I went yesterday at night to a restaurant, and it was pretty full.
Okay.
I think it's like, let's say half 50% capacity, to put it that way, like half the people that could be here. But it's like normal. Like here there's like no COVID. Like people wear just masks, but it's like regular life with like a mask. And just like when there's like a lot of people like in the supermarkets and stuff, but restaurants and all those places, like it's just regular, like it's just regular COVID.
So basically, what we're scared by nothing. I'm not saying that, but I don't want to offend anybody.
We're not trying to alienate anybody with our opinions, but at the end of the day, I think reality is showing, facts are showing. We're talking to people who are 2 countries away from it, and they're seeing the same thing. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Continue on your point there.
It's so like what we see, like what we're so scared. Oh, COVID. We're only looking at a number.
Yeah.
Oh, there's been another COVID case, right? And then, oh man, the States is so screwed up right now. This guy's been to Miami, Florida, right? So everybody's like, it's so rampant in Florida. And then you've been to Washington, right? Which we would lump the States all into one. And you've been to Austin. And I was watching some of your videos. Dude, Austin was like a festival. Like there was just so many people. And like I've been there and I love it there, like where he was. And it's just like when you're there, like nobody really knows what's going on. It seems normal. And it's just like here in Winnipeg, like for the most part, we all feel normal. Like, yeah, sure, people are walking around with masks and we're not touching each other and this and that. But I think when you get there, I think everything is normal. But what we see is we're petrified.
I know.
But then the reality is that like he's like, I can't tell. I don't know.
Yeah. This is the importance of getting your news and information from podcasts as opposed to the mainstream media.
Well, yeah, they want to scare you. They have to keep you reading.
Hey, absolutely.
Yeah.
They want to sell the clicks, whereas we want to kind of show the truth and explain, real life or whatever we're experiencing.
Yeah.
So, Esteban, I'm glad that you told us this. In fact, it completely just changed my mind about traveling. 100% it just changed my mind. And I like the fact that stuff is so cheap. Hell yeah. So who knows? Maybe we'll end up in Mexico this year.
You know what? I was thinking of that too. And the only reason why I would not travel is because I'm so stubborn. Meaning, like, if I say it, I'm sticking to it no matter what. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I've already kind of said that. And see how I said kind of?
Yeah.
I'm like, I already kind of said that I'm not going to travel. But the inner side of me is like, man, I want to go to Vancouver. Like, I want to go. I'm going to miss hikes, man. And
I know.
Esteban, when you come here, you got to come here in the summer.
No, come in January. You'll love it.
Yeah. Come in January.
Or
we'll
February.
Stay indoors the whole time. We'll get buried in snow, and we'll all get sick. And mine.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'll tell you what it gets to. Okay.
So you're plus 30. So imagine minus 30. Imagine a 60-degree difference.
Minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Something like that.
Minimum here. Yeah. So that's what makes all of us Winnipeggers like want to get the itch to go somewhere.
Have you ever experienced a winter before? Like a Canadian winter?
Yeah, man. That's freezing cold. I've been in winter in New York, in the northern side of New York, so I know it's like cold winter, but not Canada winter. I haven't experienced that.
No, nothing is compared to a Canada winter, especially a Winnipeg.
That's real winter.
Yeah, a Winnipeg winter. I'm sure there's, like northern Manitoba is a little bit colder, but we get pretty cold. you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big time.
We're all hoping for a very long fall, right?
Yeah.
We're hoping for a very long fall, and then we want snow to come at the very last minute. Like we all want snow during Christmas. Like I remember 1 or 2 years out of my 38 years on this earth, we've had no snow around Christmas, and it's even worse than having lots of snow, right? Everybody wants snow December 24th.
Of course, yeah.
Like we all want it. We don't care how cold it is. We want it snowing on that day. Yeah. So
hey, I got another question for you just to recap here. Did you have to do any quarantining when you got off the plane at any of the cities you've been traveling to?
No, man, because I started like traveling after like it was like super strict to do like the quarantine and stuff like that. I think you have to do quarantine. I don't think anymore, but before, if you were like in a certain city and got or state and went to like a certain state, something like that.
Okay,
but that was not the case.
But you have.
But yeah, man, Rick, you should. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying you should start checking out the deals because there's some flights that you wouldn't even believe it. I flew like from like Miami to Austin for like $50.
Oh, really?
Something like that.
Nice. Well, I guess that's what it's going to take. I mean, it's like anything, right? The demand is, I guess, low right now because people are fearful, so they're going to be throwing out great deals. So we should take advantage of that. Maybe.
And I'm sure if you stayed at a decent hotel, they're in there probably over cleaning it, right? Yeah. Just like us here, we over clean, right? I've heard of gyms where they just don't worry about it, just leave it, just go on to the next, like go on to the next one. And us, we're like, we put a clock on the timer and we clean off everything. Like if you go to the better places, I'm sure that they're fogging and
Well, of course.
doing everything necessary just for one customer.
Yeah.
Right.
Esteban, you are you familiar?
And how are you? Yeah.
Are you familiar with Temptation in Cancun?
I am not. Tell me about it.
Do you even know of it though? Like, do you know what I mean?
The what?
Like, are you familiar with the concept of Temptation, the resort in Cancun?
I just by the name I can get an idea, but no, I'm not.
All right. So basically, it's an adult only environment, and
Okay.
within 72 hours, females never wear tops. It's pretty much a topless place. They start out wearing tops, and then within a couple of days, they feel a little more comfortable. So it's a great party environment. It's great for adults, and my wife and I love going there. So maybe we're going to book that trip. I just wanted to know if you had any information on it, but maybe you can check it out for me. But you're in Tulum, correct?
Oh no, man. No information.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Tulum.
Cool.
Exactly.
Cool.
It's like an hour and a half from Cancun, 2 hours maybe.
Yeah. It's something you mentioned earlier. I want to take this to an entrepreneurship spin. You said that you did affiliate marketing and you also did drop shipping. Was that through Amazon or how did you do that?
No, it was through Shopify. So basically, just I caught like the early wave on Facebook where it was like super cheap and like you could really crush it very easily. And I got a product that was just crushing it. So it was for a couple of months because when I was just starting it, I was really like I was very new into business and stuff like that. So it was like very basic. It's just like running ads, getting the sales, selling the products. But I really didn't have like the mindset of like how to really scale it or set up the systems or innovate and stuff like that. So it just like died. But yeah, it was just drop shipping from China, man. Like they placed an order in my store. I placed the order in China on AliExpress. They sent it to the client, and that was it.
So you had a little bit of success doing that?
Yeah. That was like, because I would say my first big win, quote unquote. Well, not big win, but nice win.
Okay. Can you share with us the product?
Yeah.
That was?
Yeah, it was sunglasses like for cat ladies. So like they had like a style that was like kind of like this.
Okay.
Yeah. So the ad said like cat ladies, these are the ultimate sunglasses to be in fashion or something. Get yours here with X amount of % off, and that's it.
Yeah. That's awesome. See, there's lots of ways to make money, right?
So Esteban, you're a good copywriter. You got a lot of great ideas. I love working with you with our campaigns. How did you get knowledgeable in this? Like what you just said there makes sense to me. You created urgency. You put a premium discount. You direct targeted, a specific niche, right? So I know what you did there, right? But a lot of people don't just know that stuff. How did you learn how to write copy like that and get creative?
By online on YouTube. I went to like marketing events where they taught this stuff. I didn't just like come up with like the concept of selling this stuff on Facebook. Like I learned that from a guy who was doing it. So he explained like how to do it, and then my brother started doing it, and then he explained to me, and then I started doing it. And but overall, I just learned by literally, everything you need is in Facebook groups, on YouTube. Podcasts, like you don't even need to pay for it. It's just about learning from the other people who are doing it.
Yeah.
And the info is free. Like the paid, it's great, and it's obviously like more organized step by step. But the info is free. It's everywhere.
Yeah. Well, that goes to show like you can make it without having to spend 4 or 5 years in university. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. Like I went to university and I do utilize a lot of that knowledge. But, a lot of the lessons that I learned were from guys that are making multi 10, 20, 30, 40 million dollars a year, and they have no education at all.
Yep.
And they basically started like that. They started reading a book. They had a mentor. they, listened, they took coaching orders, they took action, and then they just made it huge.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest problem right now is that there's too much information out there, right? And you can go on YouTube and you can discover how to do something, but you can lead you down a lane of watching YouTube videos that eventually lead you to watching cat videos, right? And so I think that's the biggest problem that a lot of people are having with the online learning, is that it just takes you down a bad spiral, that if you're not focused and you don't find and pick your mentors, that you're going to definitely get led in the wrong direction.
Having said that, I would agree with Esteban with respect to YouTube will teach you everything. Like, I learned how to do the stock market based on YouTube. That was my only source. I never had a mentor. I never had an actual human sit with me and talk to me. I've had conversations, but nobody ever really told me the intricacies of stock investing, right? And within about 30 days from now, I'll have a 6-figure portfolio that's going to pay me close to $1,000 a month in dividends. Now, you would think that I would have to go to some finance school, maybe Harvard, and work on Wall Street to do this, but you actually don't. The average person can do it. You just have to put the time in. So I have a completely different opinion about YouTube than most people do. Like, I feel like it is the greatest source of learning for free. Like, I can't believe that exists, that we don't have to pay anything for YouTube, right? But you're right. Eventually, you can get sidetracked and you can start, going down.
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah. And you know what? It's the problem is the information, too much information. I get it, but it's paralysis of analysis. All we do is we watch and we watch and we watch and we don't execute and we don't learn. Like, I can appreciate what you did, Esteban. You tried it. You did the drop shipping. It worked to a level, and then you got rid of it and you moved on. Now you're into the marketing. Like, you're slowly learning by doing, not necessarily researching. So YouTube starts as one thing, but you have to take it to that level by actually doing something and then probably failing. And that's a great way to learn too. So kudos to you. A way to set up a great little life for yourself.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I think that what you said is definitely key, like focus. I think that's the number one thing that makes a difference, because achieving things is not that hard. It's like getting like 6-pack abs. Like, work out and follow a diet. It's very simple, but actually like focusing on it and sticking to it, it's not easy. It's very hard. Anybody knows how to do it, but can you really stick to it? And that's where the focus comes in. Like, not eating the all the foods, or not going to the gym because you were lazy that day. I think that translate to all the other like areas, the same thing as fitness, and that's why I like always like translate fitness to the other areas. But it's a lack of focus. Like, same, if you're jumping from diet to diet, it won't work. If you're jumping from program to program, it won't work. But if you focus on one and like block the noise, even if you hustle less or do less, you'll still have more success than if you do more but not focused.
Love it. Yeah, I agree 100%.
In my opinion.
100%.
I got one question for you, Esteban.
Yep.
What is the next 2 questions? Number 1, how do people follow you?
Basically, the place where I'm the most active is on Instagram. My handle is at Estaban Gomez MS, and I'm gonna start doing a daily vlog on YouTube. So my channel is Estaban Gomez. You can follow me over there, or friend request me on Facebook as well. But yeah, Instagram is where I'm the most active at.
Let me ask you this then. Part B, question 1. What should our audience expect to see or hear from you by following you?
So basically, that's a good question, because I've been also honestly trying to figure out like my niche content. Right now, it's basically documenting everything I'm doing. So all the way, like I'm all about like same as you, like getting better every day in everything I do. So all the way stuff from like fitness, my dieting stuff, my marketing tips, stuff I'm doing. So it's more like overall personal development until I like figure out where I'm gonna like niche down. So cool stuff to like, stuff I do to improve my life, that you can get cool tips to apply to yours, like in different areas.
Perfect. Last question. What is in store for Fit Club? What do we got? What's the next campaign? What can our viewers expect from us coming up next?
So they can expect the 14-day detox. And actually, this is going to be awesome because we're basically building out like a new system internally gonna be that's gonna therefore make it like super cool and exciting and successful for all the people who are gonna be joining the 14-day detox. So they can expect to get rid of all the bad stuff they put in their body for the last months in 14 days, get a fresh start on their body,
Nice.
get a healthy, lose the stubborn pounds, the love handles, and crush it with Coach RJ, best coach in Canada.
Yeah, baby.
Awesome.
I'll take Canada.
Awesome. I feel like that's a great way to end the podcast as well. So everybody at home, do us a favor, like, comment, and share this video onto your Facebook page. Let everybody know. Make sure you're listening every Thursday at 11 when we have awesome guests like Esteban. You can also check us out on YouTube under Fit Club Media. So, Mr. Gomez, thank you for coming on the show today.
You ready to dance?
We're going to dance it out, so get ready to shake your shoulders.
Do it.
There it is.
Yeah.
He's doing the...
Dude.